Hello everybody, welcome to Totally Tabled. My name is Shaggy, and today I'm doing a full solo playthrough of Unmatched Adventures Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's right, the heroes in a half shell have hit Unmatched. And I went ahead and I set up for a 2-turtle game against Shredder here in New York City. And you need to pick a number of minions equal to the number of players. There's a bunch to choose from, but I went classic. We have Bebop and Rocksteady and good old Baxter Stockman. So here they are, all set up. And for our turtles, we're going with Michelangelo, whose sidekick is April O'Neil. And we have Leonardo, whose sidekick is Splinter. Now, if you're not aware, Unmatched Adventures is a cooperative version of Unmatched. In fact, you can take any of the characters from the competitive game and you can play them here in a cooperative setting. So if you prefer the Invisible Man and Muhammad Ali to go up against Shredder, you could. Let's just go ahead and dive on in and start playing, and I'll explain the rules as we go, just like I always do. So all the characters here have an initiative card, and we've shuffled this up. This is going to determine turn order. So at the beginning of the round, you just flip over the first card. It looks as if Baxter Stockman goes first. In the white box, it shows what they do right now, and then down here below, it's going to be what happens at the end of the turn. So we'll ignore that part for now. For their turn, they're going to move to try to get adjacent to one of the turtles, the closest one, or one of their sidekicks. And it shows there that they have a move of 3. Now, in order to move, you have to go adjacent following these lines. And so they could go 1, 2, 3, and get adjacent like that. They could also go 1, 2, 3 up there towards Leonardo. When it's tied like that, the player gets to decide. So let's maybe take a look at our cards here. Ooh, okay, Leonardo has some good defense. And as you can see here, Michelangelo only starts with 3 cards rather than 5, and that's because of their special ability. Not only do they start with 3 cards, but that's their maximum hand limit. For Leonardo and most characters, you start with 5, and your hand limit is 7. So yeah, let's have Baxter go up here, moving 3. And he could have also gone this way, 1, 2, 3, because he is able to move through other enemies. You can't stop in the same location as someone else, but enemies can move through other enemies, and, you know, our heroes can move through other heroes. And now that Baxter is adjacent to a target, he's going to attack. And he's going to do that just by using the top card of his deck. Now we keep it face down because we now get to decide if we want to play a defense card in reaction to this attack. There's basically 4 different types of cards. There's attacking cards, like that one. There's defense. There's cards that are both, so you can use them either for attacking or defense. And then there are these scheme cards that have this lightning bolt. You can also see below that the name of the character that can use that card. Right now, all of these are Leonardo, or if it says any, then either Leonardo or Splinter could. So let's go ahead and defend. We'll just play this Heroes in a Half Shell. And you can see there the value is worth 5, so we're defending for 5. Once we've done that, we can flip. And this is a funny card to have first. This is the Deception card. Every character has one of these. It's basically 0 attack, 0 defense, and this is a card that you use to shuffle up any discards that you have and shuffle them back into the deck. So Baxter ended up fooling us, forcing us to use one of our defense cards. And this would go into the discard pile, and now all the discards get shuffled back in, which is just this card. And that's it. That's Baxter's turn. So now we just go to the initiative, draw the next one, and here we go. Here's Shredder. And we've made a little bit of a mistake here because now 1, 2, 3 to get over here, but 1, 2 to get here. And so Splinter ends up being the closest for Shredder. So Shredder is going to target Splinter. So same thing, he's going to attack by just using the top card. And unfortunately, this is a Leonardo card, so we can't use this to help Splinter defend. This is an attack-only card, So the only option we have is either to play this or to play nothing. I think we will play this as defense. This can be used as either attack or defense, and the any means that either character can use it. Let's see if 3 defense is enough. Okay, here we go. 2 attack. Now, every one of the enemy's cards can be used either as attack or defense. So in this case, he's attacking, so we'll use the attack value. That's 2 attack to 3 defense, so we have completely defended. But we do have to look at the effects on the card. The effects will have different trigger timings, and so in this case, we have an immediately here. It says cancel all effects on your opponent's card. So this quick strike after combat effect of drawing 1 card has now been canceled. We're not going to get to do that. But the value is still, that still remains. Now it also says here during combat. So that will be resolved right now. If there are 3 or more foot soldiers in Shredder's burrow, ignore the value on the opponent's card. Okay, so foot soldiers are these little guys right here. We start with 2 here in Staten Island, and the boroughs are these different areas. So we got Staten Island here, that's a borough, Bronx, Manhattan here in the middle, Brooklyn over here, and Queens. So if there had been 3 of these foot soldiers in Queens or more, then that would have negated the value of that defense. Luckily there aren't, and so we get to defend this attack completely. Then normally our after combat result would go off, but that got negated, and so that's just it. We don't get to draw a card, but we didn't take any damage, so that was good. And again, the bottom part of this initiative card is going to happen at the end of the round, so we're just going to keep going. Oh man, now it's Bebop and Rocksteady. Well, they also have a movement of 3. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, they can't get over here, whoops, to Michelangelo, but they can go 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. So they can get over here and harass Splinter some more. Gosh, this is terrible because we are out of defense here. We cannot defend Splinter, so he's just going to have to take this attack. So we flip it. Oh, and it's 4 damage. So we just go to his dial. He started with 9 health and is going down to 5. There's then an after combat effect. It says to place Bebop and Rocksteady in the villain's zone. So the villain in this case is Shredder. To win the game, we just need to defeat Shredder. That's it. We only care about the villain. These guys can still be alive. We need to get Shredder down. He started with 21 health because we have 2 turtles in play. And a zone is different than a burrow. A zone has to do with these little colored circles. Any place that's in a similar color, that would be in the same zone. And some spaces, like the one Shredder is in right now, have 2 zones. So we could leave them here, or we could place them in another zone. I think we can just leave them there. That's probably fine. Okay, hopefully we get to go at some point. Not yet. For this scenario, there's an extra initiative that you put in. It's called Shredder to the Streets. And this is one of the ways that Shredder gets to put out his foot soldiers. In this case, each player has to put out a foot soldier in Shredder's burrow. So we get to decide where to put it, as long as it's in Queens. I'm going to put them right there. Now you'll see what the foot soldiers kind of do. They help Shredder out a lot, and so we kind of want to get rid of them. I'll show you how we do that very soon. Okay, that's it for that card. Now it's our turn. And we start with Leonardo. Great. Leonardo has a special ability, which we can see there on their card. It says at the start of the turn, you may move any fighter 1 space. Fighter is a generic term for basically everyone here with a special marker. I want to move Splinter. He's just going to move over there. And now we get to take actions. And we can take 2 actions on our turn. And there are 3 different types of actions we can take, and we can take them in any order. We can take the same action or different actions, whatever we want. The first action we can do is maneuver, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So the first thing you do when you maneuver is you get to draw a card. You then get to move, and you can move both of your characters, and the amount of spaces you can move is there on your card. So for Leonardo and Splinter, it's 2. We only get 2 movement. One thing I could do if I wanted to is I could boost that movement. And that's what these little numbers here on the side are. I could play any of these cards, like I could play this one to boost that movement by 1, and then we would get 3 movement. Now you can only use 1 boost. You can't use multiple cards to boost. I don't think I'm going to boost right now. Instead, I'm going to move Leonardo down 1. You don't have to use all of your movement. In fact, you could just not move at all if you wanted to. And then I'm going to have Splinter move 2. And when he moves over that foot soldier, he eliminates it. So when you move as part of a maneuver action, and you move across one of these foot soldiers, that eliminates them. Now you can take out as many foot soldiers as you want that way, but you can only use one of your characters to do so. So on the same turn, both characters can't eliminate foot soldiers. You have to pick one of them that's doing that, and then they can eliminate as many as they pass over. Okay, cool. That was my first action. My second action is going to be to attack. So Leonardo is a melee character. You can tell that on their character cards. Splinter is as well, and Michelangelo is. April, however, is a ranged character, so she can actually attack things that are in the same zone. Everyone else, though, you need to be adjacent, and it doesn't matter what zone you are, as long as you're adjacent. I think I'm just going to go in for a big katana hit. Attack 6 damage. And Shredder is going to defend by just drawing the top card. We flip. And we have an after combat event here. So we're just going to look at the defense. 2 to the 6. So we've done 4 damage. That's going to take them from 21 to 17. And now we can read the after combat ability. If Shredder's initiative card is revealed, put it on the bottom of the deck. Otherwise, deploy 1 foot soldier to Shredder's burrow, then deal 1 damage to each hero and sidekick adjacent to a foot soldier. Okay, so we got that first one. His initiative is out. So he's going to get to go for a second time this round. Not good. And that's it. That was our 2 actions. The third type of action that we could do is to play one of these scheme cards, and then you just resolve the special effect of that card. Very simple. We know that it's now Michelangelo's turn. He is super far away from the action, unfortunately. Now, Michelangelo's special ability is Pizza Party, so he does have a limit to his number of cards, but he gets a really powerful special ability. After you attack or scheme, draw a card. Now, I think we are definitely going to have to maneuver and even boost if we want to get there. Now, we do have these, which I assume are subways, so we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get there. Or we could just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get on that side of Shredder. So yeah, let's do a maneuver. So the first thing you do is you draw a card. It's okay if we're over our hand size now. You only check that at the end of your turn. I will play a card to boost it. I'll play this card to boost it. And that's a 2. So 3 plus 2, our movement is 5. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then April will go 1, 2, 3. Getting rid of both of those. And then maybe 4-5 to sort of occupy Bebop and Rocksteady. Or maybe she'll go 4-5 up like this. I think we will attack just by using this card. And Shredder will defend. Ooh, only a 1 defense. But we do have a during combat. Oh, he's adding a +1 to the values for each foot soldier in his burrow. There's 1 foot soldier there, so that's actually a defense of 2. And this is one of the way that Shredder uses these foot soldiers. They power him up. A lot of his cards rely on foot soldiers in his area. Nevertheless, we're doing 2 damage. That takes him to 15. And now we have 2 after combat effects. And when that happens, the defender always goes first. So Shredder is a defender here. He is going to deploy 1 foot soldier, again, in his burrow. We always get to decide. And now for ours, it's deal 1 damage to an adjacent opposing fighter. Boom, that's 1 more damage to Shredder. And then it says you may put a card from your hand to the bottom of your deck to gain an extra action. Nope, I think unfortunately I don't want to do that right now. That's not going to be super helpful. So we won't do that. And now Shredder gets to go again. He has a choice of who to attack, and we get to decide, and we're going to have him attack Leonardo, because he's got this major defense. Oh, got deceived again. Wow. So we've wasted both of our big defense cards. And with this deception, we shuffle up the discard pile and put it back into the deck. Now that everyone has taken their actions, we're going to go back through the initiative cards from left to right and resolve the end of round abilities. So right here we have Baxter Stockman. It says Baxter Stockman swap spaces with the hero with the highest health. Then place a Mouser token in Baxter Stockman's space if there isn't one already. That's going to be Leonardo. And then we're going to put a Mouser token there. When one of our heroes enters a space with a Mouser token, that player must discard the top card of their deck. And that happens even if you don't stop in the space. So anytime we go through that space, we're going to have to discard the top card of our deck. That's bad because one of the ways that we can lose is by having our deck run out. We don't get to reshuffle our discards and build a new deck. If our deck runs out, for every card that we need to draw and we can't, we lose health. And then obviously when our health runs out, that character dies. Okay, we now have Bebop and Rocksteady. It says that if Bebop and Rocksteady are in the same zone as the villain recovers 1 health. Otherwise, place them in the same zone as the villain. Well, unfortunately, they're both in red, so Shredder goes back up to 15. We then have a whole lot of nothing until we get here to the Shredder card. And this says to advance the threat marker by 1 plus the number of burrows with a foot soldier in them. So right now, the only burrow that has foot soldiers is Queens. So it's going to be 1 plus 1 burrow. So we're going to move the threat track 2. Now this threat track is bad because once it gets to the end, that's going to signify that Shredder has taken over one of the burrows. And in this case, you can see which burrow is under threat. It's just at the top of that token there, Staten Island. If he's able to do that 4 times, in other words, if that threat marker hits that end, it's then going to reset and hit it again. If it hits it 4 times, that's another way we can lose the game. So one of the reasons we want to eliminate those foot soldiers is so that the threat track will stay calm and not move up as much. That number underneath, that's the current threat level, and some cards might refer to that for various effects. Great, we're now done. We take all of these initiative cards, we shuffle them up, and we're going to go again, and we're going to keep doing that. Oh, Shredder gets to go. No. Well, I think we need Shredder to go after Michelangelo, because at least he has a defense card. So let's do that, and we will play it. Okay, we have Shredhead here, and this is not good. He's adding a +1 for every foot soldier, and there's 2 foot soldiers, so this is actually a 5 attack. We're only doing 3 defense. We're taking 2 damage, going from 14 to 12. And we have 2 after combats. We get to go first. We can move a friendly fighter up to 3 spaces away. I think I might move Splinter. Ooh, no. I know what I'll do. I'm going to move April. 1, 2, 3. And then he's going to deploy another foot soldier. Man, when do we get to go? Baxter is just going to attack Splinter. Maybe I should have moved him. And we have no defense for this. Ooh, it's going to be 3 damage. So down to 2. And then after combat, if Baxter won the combat, and that means did at least some damage, all right, did at least 1 damage, then you've won the combat. Each player discards the top card of their deck. Okay, annoying. Wow, okay, so we have to deploy 2 more. Queens is now completely filled. This is not good. We need to get Shredder out of Queens, basically. He's too powerful there. Wow! Again, we're going to be the last to go. So it looks like we're going to go like this. 1, 2. That's the closest. Attack Michelangelo, and he can't defend himself. 4 more damage. Michelangelo's down to 8. This is not going well. And then after combat, place Bebop and Rocksteady in the villain's zone. I think he'll just go back there. Although, I mean, technically, in the villain's zone, it could be way over here. So maybe that's better. Yeah, because we have that white zone there going all the way through. Cool, we'll do that. Well, this has not been a good round. But Michelangelo gets to do something here. Needs to move. And oh my gosh, I'm just remembering, when I attacked last time, I should have an extra card. Because of his special ability, he gets a card after he attacks. No, and in fact, it would have been this card, because this is the one we just discarded, and this would have been the one that got discarded. Okay. It's very hard to remember. I have to remember, when I attack, I get to draw a card. Or when I play a scheme card. So if I were to play this, I would also get to draw a card. So I could attack with this and draw a card. And I could play this and draw a card. Well, let's give it a go. We're going to play this first. This is a scheme card. So when we play a scheme card, we get to draw a card. Not going to forget that. This is going to add +1 to the value of Michelangelo's attacks this round. And we're going to gain an extra action. So I still have 2 actions. We drew an April card here. Let's see what this says. Shell insertion. Choose 2 different effects. Each opponent discards 1 card. Move a friendly fighter up to 2 spaces. Put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck to gain 1 action. Shuffle 2 random cards from your discard pile back into your deck. Don't know if that's super helpful. I think we're just going to attack. So this is technically my first of 2 actions. Attacking, it's going to be 3 + 1, so that's 4. And it says during combat, add +1 to this card's value for each other card you played this turn, which is 1. So this is actually a 5 attack. Okay, and only 3 defense. So we do 2 damage. Not bad. Also, we attack, so we get to draw a card. I'm not going to forget this time. And now, after combat, it says, maybe next time, turtles. Place Shredder in a burrow with the fewest foot soldiers. Then deploy 2 foot soldiers to Shredder's burrow. So this is good. I think we're going to go to Brooklyn. And we can place them wherever we want in Brooklyn. Right, it's a tie. All the rest of the burrows have no foot soldiers, so we get to pick. Maybe right here, or possibly right here. Because then 1, 2. That's what I want to do. Perfect. And then we got to put 2 of these out. Let's go here and here. And we still have another action. We should probably move. Yeah, I think we'll just move. So we'll get to draw a card. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Get rid of those. And April will come down here. 1, 2, 3. And I think that's it. Okay, so now Leonardo, he can move any fighter 1 space. There, I'm gonna move Michelangelo there. Okay, then we're gonna maneuver. One, 2, right there. And then 1, 2 like that. Okay, then we're gonna attack. We've got 4. Defending 2, so that's 2 more damage. Come down to 11. Ah, and that's the one again where he gets to put his initiative card at the bottom. Well, that's annoying. Now I can move both fighters in the combat up to 1 space each. You may discard 1 card to gain 1 action. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna keep it as it is. I'll have Splinter come after Leonardo, and he will play this to defend. Ooh boy. Okay, so I do have an immediately. I can discard a card to have this ignored. Ooh, I like this card though. I don't want to discard it. If I don't discard it, I'm taking 3 damage. Otherwise, I'm taking just 1. No, I'm not going to do it. I'll take the 3 damage. So he's going to get to add 2 because of 2 foot soldiers. That's 5. Defend 2. So I'm going to go down to 13. And then he's going to deploy another one here in Brooklyn. Go right there. But I'm hoping that maybe I'll get a chance to go first and get to hit him again. Use that card, which would be really good. All right, so now we run through this, and I forgot about Baxter Stockman. He's going to switch places. And that's going to cause me to have to discard my top card. Bebop isn't in the same zone, so won't heal Shredder, but is going to move into the same zone. So we'll put them here. Still in the purple zone. Or here. I kind of want them here. Yeah, we'll go there. Okay. And now we're advancing by 1, 2, 3. Okay. Things could be going better, I'll admit, but we have taken some health down. If we can actually go first here, we might have a shot. Oh my god, Baxter has gone first every time. This is crazy. So it's 1 to go to here and 1 to come here. I think I'm going to have him go after April. And I don't think she's going to defend. She could. She could defend with this because it says any. But I want to save that for Michelangelo in case he gets hit. So we're just going to have her take it. All right, 2 damage. So she'll go to 4. And there's an after combat. Check out my latest invention. Place a Mouser token on the highest numbered starting space without one. If no token was placed, put Baxter's initiative card on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so that would be 5 right there in the middle. That could have been worse. Now, please, give me Michelangelo. No, why? What is with my shuffling? Yep, he's going to attack Michelangelo. We're going to defend. Immediately cancel all effects. So we're not going to get to do that. And then during combat, if there are 3 or more... Oh, there are. Ignore the value as well. So we're going to get hit for 2 regardless. Down to 6. Oh, this is not going right. All right, there we go. Michelangelo. Problem is, I just don't have the cards right now. I think we're going to have to play this. I get to draw a card because it's a scheme card. Each friendly fighter recovers 1 health. Great. So that is going to help us a little bit, hopefully. And what did we get here? We got guaranteed delivery. Immediately, you put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck to cancel all effects on your opponent's card. That is nice. After combat, if your hand is empty, draw 2 cards. Ugh, it won't be, though, because I'm going to draw a card. But still, that's a pretty good attack. And I guess it depends on when this goes off. After you attack or scheme, draw 1 card. Is it immediately after? Might have to check on that. Okay, if I'm reading this correctly, I think this is going to work out. So for my last action, I'm going to attack with guaranteed delivery. Oh, it's deception. So I can't cancel deception, right? This goes off no matter what. But I think I will put a card at the bottom anyway. And that's going to be 3 damage. So we do have Shredder down to 8. And then after combat, it says, if your hand is empty, draw 2 cards. 1, 2. And then this thing that says after you attack, that happens after combat. That's when I would get to draw 1 card for attacking. So I believe that that's how that works. Could be wrong about that. Hey, look at this. Leonardo. Okay, we got a maneuver. Draw a card. Yeah, let's do this. 1, 2 like that. I'm gonna have to discard a card. 1, 2 like that. And this might seem strange, but I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do Wise Beyond His Years. Because that's gonna be a guaranteed 2 damage. So let's see how that goes. Oh my god, Shredder's gonna get to go again. This is so annoying. And he defended, which is fine. He defended the 2. But we have an after combat. If the opposing fighter is in fewer zones than Leonardo, deal 2 damage to the opposing fighter. So Leonardo is in 2 zones to Shredder's 1. So that's going to get him down to 6. And now we just need to survive for another round, which may or may not happen. Yep, Bebop. Oh, Bebop could go here. We do have defense. Okay, I'm going to have Michelangelo take this one, because he can defend. Bebop and Rocksteady can actually hit kind of hard. Yeah, 4. So, just taking 1. That's not too bad. And you can see here, this is if they had defended. So, since they were attacking, no special ability. And ours was just an add 1 to the card's value for each card you had played this turn, which we hadn't. Uh-oh. 2 more in Brooklyn. And now we're going to have Shredder attack Leonardo. No defense, though, so it's just going to have to take it. Okay, there are 3 or more foot soldiers in Shredder's burrow. So we're going to ignore. Okay, so this was actually pretty good. So we ignore everything, but he didn't play a card. So that's pretty awesome. He's only going to take 2 damage. We got lucky there. Now Baxter is going to flip. There's 1 there already, so isn't going to place a new one. That's nice. Ah, he's going to heal. Back up to 7. And once again, we're advancing the threat marker 3. Ooh, 1 away. Let's get lucky. Okay. Here we go. This might work if we get lucky. Let's go Boisterous Beatdown. Oh, I was afraid of this. Okay. He defended. We didn't get lucky. And then after combat, he's going to get placed in a burrow with the fewest foot soldiers. I want him to go right there, maybe. And then we deploy 2. We can go, oops. 1, 2. Now, after combat, gain 1 action. If you won the combat, we would have gotten 2 actions. So, unfortunately, but we do get 1. So that was kind of as if nothing happened. And then remember, draw a card when we attack. Here we go. So we still have 2 actions. This is what I wanted to see. We're going to maneuver. Draw a card. Yes, this is it. This is what we want. We get to move 3. Discard a card. April. She could go 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so for our last action, yeah, we're going to attack with this card. Hi-ya! Okay, come on. Getting a +1 for each of these, so that's going to be a 3, so we do 1 damage. And then is going to deploy. That's fine. Now, after combat, deal 1 damage to an adjacent opposing fighter. Down to 5. And then we can put a card from our hand onto the bottom of our deck to gain an action. So this goes at the bottom, and we're gaining another action. And then because we attacked, we get to draw a card. Oh, perfect. So that was Hi-Ya. And now for our final action, attacking again, this time with turtle power. And look at this. During combat, you may boost this attack. Boom. We're going to boost with this. That's going to turn it into a 6 attack. This would be a great time for deception. If this is a deception card, we've won. No! Okay. He's adding for each of these again, so that's 3 more. So it is a 4 defense, unfortunately. But it's a 6 attack, so that's 2 damage. We are so chipping away. Chipping away. Gets to deploy another one. And that's all we get to do. But we did attack, so we get to draw a card. Ooh, nice. We needed that defense. Okay, come on. Give us Leonardo. Oh, it's Shredder. Well, let's have him attack Michelangelo because we got this defense. Ooh, the only problem is there is that card where he could eliminate that value. Yeah, I think I better have Leonardo take this hit because he has so much health. Yeah, let's just do that. So he's not going to defend. Ooh, that's going to be a 4 damage. Down to 8. And then after combat, place Shredder in a burrow with the fewest foot soldiers, then deploy 2. That stinks. Okay, we got to get him in the Bronx. Like there, maybe. Because then we can go 1-2 and attack. Yep. Things are getting out of hand fast. Oh, man. That's not good. So right back to 4 again. Fantastic. I think this should probably be Michelangelo so we can defend. Because Rocksteady is probably coming after Leonardo. So we'll defend. Oh my god, every time. Every time it's the deception. I pull out my big defense card and it's wasted. Come on, give me Leonardo. No! Yeah. Oh, we're 1 away from April, though. Oops, I didn't see that. April's taking 4. She's down to 1. Okay, can we do 3 damage? 3 damage and we win. So we are going to maneuver. No! We can move 1 space here, actually. We can move 1 fighter, 1 space before we maneuver. I guess I'll move April over there. So we can move 2. 1, 2. And now we've got to attack. I was hoping for a better card because we can boost this one, but I can only boost for 1. And is it better to hold on to this as a defense? No, let's attack with everything we got. We're going to do 4. 1 with the boost. If this is a deception card, we win. Oh, no. Oh, and he's adding +1. So we completely failed. Okay, so we're increasing the threat marker now. We would normally doing it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But when it reaches the end, you just don't worry about any of the extra. And here's what happens. Staten Island falls. So that's over here. Now what that would mean is if any of these foot soldiers were here, they would flip over to their entrenched side. Right? These foot soldiers are just patrolling, but here, when this has fallen, they become entrenched. When any hero moves over those entrenched foot soldiers, then you take a damage. And they can't be removed for any reason. Now, luckily for us, we made sure that there weren't foot soldiers here. But if any new ones come in, they come in as entrenched because this place has fallen. And now we can see the next one that's going to fall that's under threat is Manhattan. The threat marker then resets all the way to the beginning, and now we go again. And again, if 4 boroughs fall, then that's the end of the game. Baxter Stockman is now switching. And Bebop and Rocksteady are moving over to this borough. But again, he's in the white borough, so we can go over there. Although I don't really want to mess with him if I can get away with it. We might be in trouble. Let's put him way back here. Then he won't be able to get to us. We really need to go first. This shuffle is going to be really important. We have very low health. Okay. 0 cards. Can't defend ourselves. I was really going all out there to try to win right away, but that didn't happen. So let's see. Oh my gosh, every time. What is it? What is happening? I think we need it to go after Leonardo. 1, 2, like that. Ooh, chewing through everything. If the threat level is 3 or higher, the value of this card is equal to half the number of cards in the opponent's discard pile rounded down. Yikes. Okay, we got lucky there. The threat reset, so we're only going to get hit for 1. That could have been death right there. Oh, come on. Okay, we're filled up here. Oh no, continue deploying them in the borough with the next highest numbered starting space. So over here is 4, so 2 in Brooklyn. Come on, give me a chance. Yes. Okay, Leonardo. We just have to move. I don't even think we can get over there. I go 1, 2 like that. And there we go. We've cleaned out queens. That's something, at least. Oh, we moved through there. We might as well play this. Protective Father. Splinter may swap spaces with another friendly fighter, and then they both recover 2 health. So that can get Michelangelo back to 8. And then we gain an action. So we'll do another move. Get to draw a card. All right, that's a little defense. And that's it. That's all we can do. Those are our actions. Ugh. Okay. Okay, move. Draw a card. That is not the card we wanted. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, hold on. She was here. I changed my mind. 1, 2, 3. Then we'll go like that. And then April can attack ranged. And so she just needs to be in the same zone. And they're both in this white zone. So she can actually play this card to attack. And we'll get to draw a card at the end. So we won't draw it yet. Doing 0. Okay, so no damage. Oh, cancel all effects on this card. No. Okay, and ignore the value. We were going to get an extra action and do 1 damage, but he canceled the effects. That's it. We're out of actions. And we got another one. Oh, no. So we really blew it that time. This is not good. Yeah, I think Splinter is going to try to take this hit. And we're not going to defend. We're just going to take it. And that's the deception. All right. Ah, why couldn't that other one have been the deception? It would have worked so well. He's down to 3 health and we just can't kill him. And now Bebop and Rocksteady. Oh, shoot, they can get to us. Darn. We will defend, though, at least. Say your prayers. If Bebop and Rocksteady started this turn in the villain's zone, this card's value is 5 instead. They did not, because he has moved over here now. That's lucky. So we defended it, and it says after combat, place each fighter adjacent to your fighter in another space in their zone. So we'll put Bebop over there. Yeah, Michelangelo can go there. Okay. Oh, and now we're switching. Forgot about that. Okay. And look at this. We're only advancing it by 1, 2, 3, 4. That could have been worse. And Bebop aren't in the same zone, so they're not healing. And then they're going to move to that zone. Let's go right there. This last 3 health has been really hard to get. And that's Shredder. And you know what? He's going to attack Splinter. Splinter's keeping him busy for us. Oh no. Add +1 to the card's value. That's going to be a 7, and that's going to kill Splinter. Woo! And that means we can't put 1 here in Manhattan. That's 5, so we have to reset to 1. It's going to go into Staten Island, and it's going to be bad. All right, that's unfortunate. Baxter, Stockman. Going there. We have no defense. Okay, that's 2 damage. After combat, place a Mouser token on the highest numbered starting space without 1. Come on, give us a chance. Yep, once again, they got to come here. Come on. Oh, no. So here we go. This is gonna hurt. If Bebop and Rocksteady started this turn in the villain zone, this card's value is 5 instead, which they do. So that's a 5 damage. Michelangelo is down to 3 health. And April's down to 1. Maybe ignoring these minions was not the best idea. But we are alive. And we want to do a maneuver. Oh, draw a card. We're in the same situation where we could play this and get an extra action. Yeah, let's do it. We'll do it again. So that's an attack, so we will get another card. I just don't want to forget it. We're doing a ranged attack. Oh, it happened again. Cancel all effects. It happened again. Oh, wow. So, well, there you go. Get to draw that card. Okay, some defense. So maybe we'll survive. And we got a maneuver. Come on, give us something. Okay, we maneuver there. And then we attack. Wise beyond his years. Okay, he blocks it. And then it says, if Shredder's initiative card is revealed, put it at the bottom of the deck. But look at this. If the opposing fighter is on fewer zones, and he is, deal 2 damage. Shredder's at 1 health. 1 health. If one of those attacks from April had gone through, that's all we needed. And this is over. God. But now he gets to go again. And obviously we're going to have him attack Michelangelo. Put in the shield. This will probably be a deception. Oh my god! This is unbelievable. You can't make this stuff up. Oh my god. You simply can't make this stuff up. We would have won if those cards had been flipped. I mean, this is just the worst luck. There's so many different ways we could have won that if the cards had just been in a slightly different order. But they were in the perfect order to keep us from winning. That's amazing. That is truly amazing. And I don't think we survive. Oh my gosh. Okay, swapping spaces. We're almost out of Mouser things. Oh, and he's healing him 1. You gotta be kidding me. Bebop and Rocksteady just healed him 1. And then we're advancing the marker by 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo, okay. Well, at least it wasn't 5. Clearing out queens was a very good idea. I don't know. I have a defense here. This is bad. Of course Shredder gets to go first. Why wouldn't he? All right, let's defend. Attacking Michelangelo. And effects go away. And there are 3. So doing 2 damage. He's down to 1 health. Ooh, okay. We've got to move. So we get a card. That is an attack card. And do we just hope to get lucky? I think so. I think we just have to hope to get lucky. We'll go here. Discard a card. And we'll just do a last desperate attack and hope to get lucky. If it's one of those deception cards, that's a win. Nope. All right, we did do 1 damage. He's back at 1 health. And then after combat, oh my god, he's going to get to go again. It's a big if. So 1 goes there, and then 1 goes here. Baxter Stockman's going to attack Michelangelo and probably kill him. Yes. Okay. So Michelangelo is done. And each player has to discard a card from their deck. All right, Bebop's gonna kill April now. Oh, it's the deception. April lives. Yeah, that was the last card. April lives with 1 health. What an amazing story if April O'Neil ends up like providing the last hit. All right, it basically comes down to this. We're going to move. Draw a card. We can attack with it, but it's just a 2. And we can't use the special ability because we would have to have a card to discard to use it. Yeah, we just got to get lucky. We just need 1 hit, so we're doing 2 damage. Oh no, he's adding 1. I saw that 1 defense, but he's adding 1 for each soldier. This is a loss. We got so close. It's unbelievable how close we got. Yep, Shredder's gonna go. And there it is. Dead. Oh, wait. No, he has 5 health. Oh, no, but he's adding 1. So this is 7. So then Baxter is swapping. Gonna lose a card. Healing again. Okay, so April can't do anything. Manhattan Falls. And here we go. Boom, boom. And dead. Oh, that was brutal. That was brutal. We had Shredder at 1 health, and we just couldn't break through because of all of these freaking foot soldiers everywhere. But there you go. That is a complete solo game of Unmatched Adventures Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'd like to thank all of the financial supporters of Totally Tabled, including the totally radical Mitch Fisher, Hextra, John Kohler, Scott Myers, and Jay Satterwhite, as well as the totally bodacious Jerry Bob. If you're interested in becoming a member, you can join on YouTube or my Patreon at www.patreon.com/totallytabled. You'll gain access to my new exclusive podcast, Table Talk, as well as unboxing videos and whatever extra stuff I come up with. As always, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.